Does dry firing have you as bored as your wife making you watch an Amy Schumer movie?
Well, we got a cure for that. I mean, there's a lot of cures for Amy Schumer, but let me put it this way. This MantisX training system is pretty damn cool. We've actually turned it into like a little competition between the two of us.
Yeah.
Like on a regular basis. But when you have something that's reactive and it actually, you have feedback right there on your cell phone because the app is downloadable for free.
Yep, both iTunes and...
The great part about this thing is that live fire, dry fire, handgun, rifle.
Hell, even those CO2 activated handguns.
Yeah, it's really cool. Let me bring this in to you. Look, take a look at it.
It comes in this freaking beefy as heck.
Awesome Pelican case.
I'm pretty sure you could drive over that with a truck.
Comes with a USB charging cable. And this is the actual Mantis itself. So your USB charging port right there. Your little on-off button. We're just going to turn it on real quick so you can actually see the LED flashing. And it also has an indicator to let you know that it's dying. Goes on any Picatinny rail. Let's throw this thing on the gun.
Oh, we actually got to put the screw in.
Yeah. Smart ass. Alright, so before we do any dry firing, we're going to go through the menu real quick. So we're going to go right over to our menu. We're going to drop down. We're going to go to settings right off the bat. If it'll actually do it. There we go. So on our menu we actually have a choice between pistol or rifle and select firearm, right hand shooter, left hand shooter, live fire, dry fire, CO2 if you have a training pistol, device mount position, forwards or backwards, and just for an explanation, we're going to hit the little question mark. This phone will actually do that. There we go. Forward, the USB charging port is facing towards the shooter. Backwards, the USB charging port is facing downrange. And if you have any other questions on the menu, you can just hit the little question mark and it'll give you that answer. As far as the device mounting location, this would be bottom, top, left, or right. And then you have bullseye mode on and off. So we're all set there. We're going to go back up to the menu. We're going to go to train. So now before you want to hit the connect, you want to make sure that you're actually on by the flashing green light. We're going to hit connect. We're going to turn the Bluetooth on. Then we're going to hit connect again. And once it connects, we'll actually wait to calibrate for a couple of seconds. And there you go. We're ready to go for our first round. So mine and Ken's normal competition is usually a 5-shot round, and we average them out. So let's just do that right now.
Fine. So we're going to stop you there. And you had an average of 89.7.
Oof.
So if you need a description, you know, here's going to show you on your shots where your mistakes are. So you actually can click that and it's going to give you a description of exactly what you were doing wrong. So you can make adjustments and better yourself.
All right, here's Ken's turn.
Help me. God, I am shaking like a dog.
That's 5 shots. Your average 87.8.
Oof.
It's late. I'm blaming it on that. So, there are other features. If you swipe over, this will actually give you the movement recording of the actual firearm itself, and the yellow is the actual movement of the gun throughout the trigger pull. This is actually pretty cool because you can trace the actual movement of the firearm until you're shot, and X notes the spot where you actually trigger pulled. So that was a good bowls. His move around, he's still in there. And you can do it by each number of shot. So we're going to scroll back. And that just gives you a pretty good overview of the actual software.
So, you know, like we said, we like to make it into a competition when we're having lunch or whatever, have nothing else going on. But in all reality, it is a great training tool. And it saves you a ton of money because you can go to the range and just throw rounds down the range all day long.
And the most famous thing of all, what am I doing wrong? It's got to be the gun. It's got to be the sights. It's got to be this.
Frustrated. This really, you can use a live fire.
Well, it's one of those tools that you will notice that if you're at lunch when we're doing some dry fire drills, to the end of the day, when it's getting to be 8, 9 o'clock at night and we've had nothing but coffee or we're working late, and we just, before we're winding down at the end of the day, and we try it, and oh my God, the shakiness just makes that much of a difference. You know, when you get fatigued and when you get tired and you get rattled or whatever, those things it's just like learning how to train through training without having to go through that fatigue and everything else.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, totally.
It's one of those things. You'll notice a difference in the way you shoot from first thing in the morning to lunch to the end of the day. And those differences come crystal clear when you could have that feedback, because it's not quite the same as target shooting, because target shooting, you make adjustments. But
here's the thing:
this is for form.
Exactly, and that's the big thing. You're not going to use this and then go to the range and hit bullseyes. What this is going to help you do is eliminate one part of shooting that's going to affect your shot, and that's having a consistent trigger pull.
Right.
It's not going to help you with sight alignment or target acquisition. That's on you still, but this is going to eliminate one of the things that really hurts most people's shots.
And it's most of the time, it's trigger pull.
Yeah, and here's the thing that people will probably argue with, but we noticed on this M&P we have the Apex trigger installed. We've went from this mounted onto your M&P with the factory trigger, and it does not change your form. I'm sorry, just because the trigger is lighter and easier, it does not change your form.
No, and we've had it on a Glock, we've had it on a M9A3, we've had it on
you name it,
we've had it on 3 different ARs, and we've gotten that feel for the readings. I mean, basically, it's still a tool. No matter what you do, it's still a tool, and it's to guide you through your. Okay, his grip is completely different than my grip.
Yep.
But yet it's helped him and it's helped me. Mm-hmm. Somebody else might have a really good form and a great, but they're occasionally off. It is just a tool. It's a tool to help you dry fire.
Yes.
Dry fire is what everybody suggests you do
Most
to keep that rhythm, to keep that holdover all the time. And you know what? It forces you to dry fire.
Yep.
And you have a reactive feedback.
Yeah, and that's why we like making it into a competition, because it makes you improve. And I'll tell you what I noticed with it at the range is you can almost call your shot off how your trigger pull it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know right away when you did something wrong now.
Yep.
You've learned.
Too fast to follow up, you weren't quite there, you weren't set, you weren't, whatever it was. You start calling your shot.
Yeah.
It's like pool.
Yeah, right, exactly. So we're going to roll in some footage of actually shooting it live fire on a handgun. And then we're going to roll in some rifle footage.
Which is, but it's pretty damn sensitive on the rifle, okay?
For sure.
And again, it's one of those things where, you basically have a transducer that you're putting further and further out. So the further out it is, and I'm sure their programming is accommodated that. However, it just seems like on an average, Our numbers are lower on the rifle than they are on the pistol. So
on average, no. They suck on the rifle. Let's be honest here. But it's something to work with.
And here's the deal. The footage that we're going to roll in, we are literally hitting an 8-inch plate at 100 yards, and we're getting readings anywhere from 40 to 80s. But yet we're still hitting our target. So it's all about keeping that form. And again, you got to use it and just kind of use it as a tool to guide you.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Check it out. Look at that.
I didn't get your score.
Yeah, look at the brass though.
Nice.
Huh? You like that?
Yeah. All right, we're going live with the MantisX. Five shots, his average 83.
Oof. Go ahead.
Going in on this one. Fuck. Is that 5?
Yep. 87.8.
One more. 81.7. Let's do it.
Stop. You bettered it. Average 80.5.
All right.
So as you can see, things in the range don't always come out that good.
No, sometimes your best shots are the ones that aren't on camera. Trust me.
Always. Freaking camera hates me.
Yes,
for a multitude of reasons.
It's comical on my end.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hysterical. However, I still feel that this thing is probably by far the best bang for the buck when it comes to some kind of home training setup. It goes for about $150 right from Mantis. To me, the feedback that you get from it is pretty much invaluable.
It's invaluable. You know what? Somebody can watch you shoot, but it's still not going to give you the exact feedback. They can't tell that you're pushing the shot or you're limp wristing it if it's just on that edge.
Exactly.
I mean, you can watch somebody limp wristing it, but if it's just that light.
Well, they usually say that the difference between an amateur and a pro is 20,000 hours. So
yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say. So if you don't dry fire, you're probably not that good.
Or you could dry fire and you probably still suck.
That too.
Anyway, for $150, you're not going to beat this as a training device.
So why don't you tell us what you think? Leave us some comments below and like, share, and subscribe.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, don't take liberty
for granted.